So you're going to expand your factory this year, you're a nut. You're going to have to outsource it next year. I was talking to a guy in Wisconsin who has a business that employs 120 people. He said that under cap and trade, he'll have to not use his delivery trucks 1 day out of 5. 20% decrease in his sales. So he's going to have to move out offshore. So they're not going to expand. And how about the energy industry? 7% of our economy. Well, he's about to tax coal. He's about to tax oil. He's banned offshore oil drilling. And they're reviewing onshore slate drilling. So what are you going to invest in? Windmills? And then how about the banking sector? Another 15% of our economy. I mean, they have the columns and they have the edifices and they look like the Parthenon, but those aren't banks, those are mausoleums. No lending going on in there because the federal government makes it profitable not to and risky to do it. So they're not going to add any additional jobs. They're not going to expand. Well, we just accounted for almost 60% of the economy. What's left? The government. Those are the only jobs that are going to be created. Government jobs that don't create wealth, they drain wealth. So have a nice recovery. So the point is that we are not recovering because Obama's social engineering will not allow us to recover. The programs he instituted to help us are killing us. And all you need to do is look at the number of jobs we've lost. You know, there's a worldwide recession. Okay, I buy that. We lost 4.9% of our jobs, okay? The European Union lost 2%. Japan lost 1%. China lost 0.5%. That's at the peak of the job loss. We still have not equaled the employment totals of 2007. And if you think this cold is lingering a long time, it's not the initial disease, it's the cure that this guy has imposed upon us. So are we going to have this decade like the 1930s? Are we going to have people say the decade of 2010 was like our grandparents tell us the 30s were? That is the risk, and those are the stakes in this election. And man, you don't have to sit back and watch while somebody else makes these decisions for you. You got it right here in front of you. The meeks shall not inherit the earth. Marco Rubio is going to inherit that Senate seat. And you've got 3 folks right here that you heard from who are going to make a crucial difference in the House of Representatives, a crucial difference. And we are going to elect all 3 of them. Now there's Suzanne Cosmos, who is somewhere up there in the cosmos. And she tries to sell herself as a moderate. She was only elected because of a scandal 2 years ago, and she was elected in a district that has no business having a Democratic congressman, and Sandy Adams is making short work of her. And Stephen Vincent Benet wrote a short story that captures the essence of this election right here. It was entitled The Devil and Daniel Webster. That's the choice we got, the devil or Daniel Webster. Now, Alan Grayson is the 6th richest member of Congress. I'll take guesses as to who's number 1. Nancy Pelosi, number 1. Number 1. Not her money, her husband's money, but number 1. But Alan Grayson is a con artist. Alan Grayson gets to work with his scissors and his razor blade, and he edits the tape so that he puts words in Daniel Webster's mouth. But I got news for you. Daniel Webster's gonna win this round against the devil. And then we have a seat we can't win. We have a seat we don't have a prayer in hell of winning. We have a seat of a Democratic politician who is practically glued to the seat in Congress. It's impossible to defeat her. Her name is Corrine Brown. And through some trick of fate, she's only getting 49% of the vote in the last poll. Okay? Now that means we asked the voters, do you want the same congressman next year? And 42% said they want Yost, Mike Yost, and a few others said they're undecided. Well, if I ask you, are you going to be married to the same person next year, and you tell me you're undecided, that doesn't say great things about your domestic felicity. So what we have to do is to tell them the name of her opponent and really work on getting this guy elected. Because we're not going to win 39 seats to take control. We're not going to win 50 or 60 seats to take control. We're going to win 80 to 100 seats to take control. And we're going to raise the trajectory of our artillery. So it doesn't just hit the 40 seats or the 50 or the 60, but hits the 70 or the 80 or the 90 or the 100. Now stop clapping and take out a pen and paper. Everybody here, pencil and paper, okay? You didn't think I'd give you homework. And there'll be a test. Okay, you ready? Okay. Okay? All right. I'm going to give you 3 websites. The first is electwebster.com. electwebster.com. Okay? The second is sandyadams.com. And the third, which you better give money to, is yost2010.com. Y-O-S-T. This guy's 5 points back. He's got $10,000 in the bank. He doesn't have enough for parking in Orlando. And Corrine Brown is counting on that. But today, right here, right now, we're going to raise $20,000 for him so he can get his message on cable and he can retire Corrine Brown.